Nothing and nobody will ever hurt you again, but only if you understand this. Carl Jung once said, "The real danger isn't what happens to you, it's what stays inside you after it does." And that part of you, the one still hurting, the one still scared, it's been running your life ever since. You've been through a lot, more than most people can ever understand, but the real truth is this: what you've survived. It's not the worst part, it's the part you haven't healed. You've learned to survive, to keep going, to move forward even when it feels like your world is falling apart. But the scars you carry, they don't just fade, they stay with you. In the quiet moments, in the places where no one can see, when you've experienced pain, whether it's betrayal, neglect, or loss, your unconscious mind creates a defense. It pushes those emotions deep down, like a wound that hasn't healed, but is covered by a mask. You've learned to shut off your feelings, to hide from your pain, because facing it would be too overwhelming. It's easier to shut down, to pretend everything is fine. But that mask, it's not protecting you anymore. It's hurting you. Carl Jung called this the shadow. Those parts of ourselves we refuse to see, the parts we hide from the world, and often, even from ourselves. It's the anger you never allowed yourself to express. It's the sadness you buried because it felt too much. It's the fear that lives in the quiet spaces between your thoughts. Your shadow doesn't want to harm you. It just wants to be seen. It wants to be heard. And ultimately, it wants to be loved by you. The most terrifying thing, Jung said, is to accept yourself completely. And you know why? Because the parts of you that you've buried, the parts of you that you can't face, they're still running the show. They control your fears, your decisions, your relationships, and most importantly, they control your peace until you face the shadow. It controls you. When you avoid the pain and when you bury the hurt, you never heal. It doesn't go away. It just festers in the dark, quietly shaping who you become. Jung said, "What you resist persists." The more you fight against your pain, the stronger it becomes. The longer you ignore your shadow, the louder it gets. But when you face it, when you sit with your fear, your anger, your sadness, that's when you finally break free. Imagine being able to trust yourself. Imagine not constantly second-guessing your decisions. Imagine feeling safe, not because the world is safe, but because you know how to protect yourself. Because you've learned to love all parts of you, even the broken, messy, hidden parts. You don't need to fix yourself. You don't need to pretend everything is fine. You need to remember yourself. You need to remember that the version of you who was hurt, the child who felt abandoned, alone and scared, is still there, and it's time to bring them home. Jung's idea of individuation, the process of becoming whole, is the key. You can't heal by ignoring your pain. You can't heal by pretending it doesn't exist. You can only heal by embracing all of you, your light and your darkness, your joy and your grief, your hope and your fear. The shadow is not your enemy. It's the part of you that's been waiting for you to wake up, to look it in the eyes and say, "I see you." Healing doesn't happen in one big moment. It happens in small, consistent steps. It happens when you allow yourself to feel, to cry, to rage, to be vulnerable. It happens when you choose to sit with your pain instead of running from it. So how do you actually begin this healing journey? Let me share a simple story. I once worked with someone who couldn't understand why they kept sabotaging their relationships. Every time they got close to someone, they would pull away, create conflicts, or simply shut down emotionally. When we explored their shadow, we discovered a deep fear of abandonment from childhood. Rather than feel that pain again, they unconsciously pushed people away first. Their shadow was protecting them, but also preventing them from experiencing real connection. The healing started with awareness, simply noticing the pattern. Then came the harder part, facing the original pain. Through journaling and guided reflection, they began to speak to that wounded part of themselves with compassion instead of fear. Over time, as they integrated this forgotten piece of themselves, their relationships transformed. They could finally stay present when things got difficult, instead of running away. This is the journey Jung mapped out for all of us. Here's how you can start yours. Step 1. Awareness. Start by observing your triggers, the moments when you feel unusually angry, sad, or afraid. Ask yourself, why am I reacting this way? What part of my past is being triggered right now? Step 2. Self-reflection. Jung recommended journaling to bring unconscious thoughts into the light. Write down your feelings, your fears, and your dreams. Ask yourself, what am I hiding from myself? What am I afraid to admit? Step 3. Active imagination. Close your eyes, relax, and let your mind wander. What images or feelings come up? Don't judge them, just observe and ask, what is this trying to tell me? Step 4. Self-compassion. Healing begins with self-love. You can't heal if you don't love yourself, flaws and all. Tell yourself, I'm here for you, I see you, I love you even with all the scars. Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. And that's what you're stepping into now. The real test begins when you face the fear that comes with healing. It's not the pain that's the hardest part, it's the unknown. It's the feeling of stepping into unfamiliar territory, of questioning who you are and wondering if you're ready for the change. So I have to ask you, are you ready to take the next step? Because it's easy to say, I want to heal, but facing your shadow is hard. It takes courage, it takes vulnerability, and that's where most people stop. They feel the resistance, they get scared, and they turn back. But here's the truth. If you turn back now, you'll never find the peace you're searching for. The fear of facing your wounds, it's real. But I promise you, on the other side of that fear is the freedom to live authentically, to be unapologetically you. Imagine waking up every day with the confidence that nothing and nobody can hurt you again. That's the freedom you get when you choose to embrace all of who you are. So the question is, will you face the fear? Will you walk through the discomfort and let go of what no longer serves you? Because on the other side of that darkness is a new version of yourself, one that's whole, one that's healed, and one that can finally step into the life you deserve. The choice is yours. What will you do? You've made it to the end of this video, and that's a powerful statement in itself. True change starts with action. By embracing your shadow and taking the first step toward healing, you've already begun to rewrite your story. So, I want to hear from you. What's the one thing you'll do today to start embracing your true self? Leave a comment below and share your commitment with us. We're all in this together, supporting each other on the path to healing, and if you want to keep going, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I'll be sharing more insights and tools to help you continue your journey toward personal growth, peace, and true freedom. Remember, you have the power to heal. The choice is in your hands. Take that first step today.